Hey, what's up guys, The Lone Top 10s here with another awesome The Lone Top 10s production made just for you. It's no secret that advertisers sell their products by offering a solution to a consumer's problem, and in some cases a problem they didn't even know they had. For example, people didn't worry about bad breath until Listerine created mouthwash, yet the Listerine-induced halitosis scare resulted in one of the most successful ad campaigns in all of history. And Listerine is still being sold today with even more flavors. In special additions to its original line of mouthwash. Now, companies like Listerine, profited of instilling fear in their consumers, and as indicated by many early 20th century ads, these companies had no problem ripping consumers' self-esteem to shreds to make a buck. And in some cases, endangering their lives by giving them less than sound medical and hygiene advice. Advertisers were able to produce these horrifying ads due to lack of regulations, but also because in many cases they didn't have any evidence to prove that what were they promoting was actually bad. And, well, case in point, a 7-Up ad, which suggests that giving babies sugary sodas before their teeth come in. What is wrong with you, 7-Up? Now, while many of the companies featured in the following ads are still thriving today, they are selling their products with slightly different messaging. Maybe people were tougher back in the day, or advertisers were just plain meaner. In these 10 horrifying advertising messages, you decide. Just for you. Number 10. If you smell, you won't have any friends. Body odor, affectionately known as BO, is often viewed as a taboo subject. It is something you whisper about in the bathroom, and if you choose to confront offenders in your school or office, chances are you will do so by dropping hints, deodorant, or cologne samples in their path. However, companies did not have a problem calling out people with body odor, especially those who wore fancy clothes, because apparently those kinds of people were not supposed to sweat. It is especially troublesome if you were a woman who showed up to an event and noticed all the windows were open. That means they're trying to get the air out of the room because of your stench. Now, so while today's ads protect our egos by selling deodorant based on whether or not it leaves white marks or it smells like a field of flowers, remember, the next time you're at a party and feel socially isolated, it is probably because you stink. So, yeah. Apply some deodorant today, just for you, before you go to an amazing party or something like that. Just want to let you know, make sure you have a deodorant. It's very important. I even need it every day. Everybody does. Number 9. Smoke gets in your eyes. If you can't get lucky, it is likely because your hands are disgusting or you are not smoking the right cigarettes. Greasy hands threaten romance, according to vintage lava soap ads in the 1960s. While cleanliness on a first or last date seems kind of like common sense, it is not surprising advertisers needed to play Captain Obvious with this one. Companies were already calling out people for body odor, so they might as well call out folks with dirty fingers. Now, whether you've been in the bathroom, taking out the garbage, or changing the oil in your car, you really need to wash your hands before spending quality time with your significant other. And if your greasy fingers are not the problem, perhaps it is because you are buying the wrong cigarettes. The picture tablet ad, which will be featured on Listverse, and suggests that all it takes for men on the prowl to catch a lady is to blow smoke in their face, which is definitely something today's women do not enjoy because, well, honestly, ladies don't smoke cigarettes now these days. I mean, cigarettes should probably stop. I mean, it will kill you, so whatever you do, don't smoke. Number 8. It's not you, it's your face cream. If you're single, it is because you are having the wrong face cream. In the mid-20th century, unmarried women were generally viewed as having something wrong with them. This still sort of applies today, but in less obvious ways. Regardless, these independent spinster women were not shunned because of their personality or lack of interest in the opposite sex. It was because they weren't using the right beauty products, of course. According to one going vintage ad. If you'd use the right complex ion creams, you could snag a husband in no time, even if you're not looking for one. And once you got a husband, you'll need to keep him with the right soap. According to the picture ad on Lispers, once these spinsters landed a man, they had to work to keep him by relying on the expert advice of their beauty consultant. Instead of their mothers or anyone else who they knew who was married. In fact, by using soap, these ladies' husbands would be so mesmerized they would come home straight after work. Heck, maybe they would stop leaving the house altogether. Very interesting, right? Number 7. Middle-aged and gray, your husband will run away. Now, if you have been dumped, it is most likely because you look middle-aged or have gray hair. Getting dumped sucks, and this was no exception in the early 20th century, but chances are most women back then were dumped because they looked middle-aged, which was defined as having wrinkly old skin and land back then. These women were probably no older than 30 years old. Also, women were told that having gray hair was risky, and implied they had better be ready for the rustling of divorce papers if they fail to color their hair. However, there's a silver lining, ladies who figure this out and start using the right products, such as ones to get their skin back in schoolgirl shape. We're lucky in love once again. Just look at Lewis. Look at Lewis Lane. Or Lewis, more rather, pictured above on this verse. And if all else fails, the next best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. This does not have anything to do with hygiene, but it is worthy to note that women can please their men if they buy the right kind of bread. While it contradicts all the ads that keep claiming your husband relies on soap and hiding your gray hair, one butternut bread ad does recognize that some men are different. And yes, men are all different. Number 6, the chubby shop. If you're chubby, don't worry, you can buy clothes at the chubby shop. In the mid-20th century, clothing stores did not exactly hide their disdain for people who didn't fit into traditional sizes because they made it much harder for those people to shop. Clothes for people who were larger than your average twig were forced to shop in the husky section. And if you have ever picked up a vintage Montgomery Ward catalog, which of course Montgomery Ward doesn't even exist anymore, you would have noticed that those husky sizes usually cost more than the standard sizes. For ladies, there is no sugarcoating in this vintage Lane Bryant ad. If you're looking for clothes, just check out the chubby shop. Hey, they have back to school specials, people. Alright, number 5, lacking sex appeal. Before the chubby shop, skinny wasn't in style. Women who lacked full figures could purchase blow-up bras to make them look more endowed. For example, if blow-up body parts were not appealing, you could work on gaining real weight. Many ads from the 1930s suggest that ironized yeast can prevent you from looking too thin and haggard, especially when you do not want your photo taken. And once you have consumed enough yeast, you will pack on a few pounds, have tireless energy, a youthful glow, regular bowel movements, and plenty of sex appeal. It is even recommended by the League of Nations. Alright, today, ironized yeast is often given as a B vitamin supplement, but the University of Maryland suggests that there is not any evidence to support a link to weight gain. It's just a big old lie, people. Number 4, mustache mystery. Ladies, men with mustaches can save you 5 hours worth of work. There is not a whole lot out there to confirm this, but apparently there are mustached men in the Chicago area looking for overworked woman. While this ad is nothing short of bizarre and no fees are listed, perhaps Mr. Mustache can pick up the complex Aeon creams, soaps, and other personal hygiene items you need. If he is not a serial killer, that is. Alright, number 3, scare tactics. if you don't use Michelin tires, it's likely you or your family will be killed in a fatal car accident. Not only did advertisers prey on consumers' fear of poor hygiene, but they also had no trouble suggesting that you are putting your loved ones in danger if you buy the wrong tires. As the old adage says, puppies, babies, and sex always sells. In this Michelin tire ad featuring a diapered baby, tries to scare us into buying the right tire to keep our children safe. So honestly, I think Michelin is like the best tires in the world. Trust me, guys. I definitely think it's awesome. Alright, number 2, death by disinfectant. Dangerous advertisements once hinted to women that household cleaning products could be used as a form of birth control. When Lysol began running its ad campaign encouraging women to use a product for, feminine hygiene, it was not because the company wanted women to smell nice down there. It was because there was no form of birth control available at that time. Apparently, Lysol disinfectant, a concentrated germ killer, was the next best option. Now, the ad campaign, which noted that the product can cleanse the vaginal canal, even in the presence of mucous matter, helped Lysol become the most popular form of birth control during the Depression, but also led to almost 200 Lysol poisonings and 5 deaths. Using Lysol as a damaged woman's body parts, and it did not work as a birth control method either. It would just kill you. So, trust me, use Lysol to make sure that you smell your house clean, but not for birth control. Trust me, that doesn't work. Number 1, a woman's place. Now, if you're a woman, you're all good for is cooking and cleaning, even if you're not any good at it. The woman's role as a house cleaner and husband pleaser was made quite clear in vintage ads, especially those from the mid-20th century, from the early to mid-20th century. In order to have a happy life, men are encouraged to buy their wives household products and kitchen appliances. A 1960s ad from Kentwood shows a happily married couple with a new appliance, the chef, which could do everything but cook, because that's what the wife is for. Companies such as Hoover suggested that men could make their wives' Christmas complete with the purchase of a new vacuum, and the harder a wife works, the better she looks, according to one Kellogg's ad, which suggests that a woman has more stamina despite spending hours on her hands and knees. Now, because she got her daily vitamins from cereal, despite the fact advertisers depicted women as the cooks and cleaners of the household, they did not have trouble calling out the women who struggled to perfect a home-cooked meal. Now, one Shillet's ad pokes fun of an incompetent wife in tears because she cooked an inedible dinner, but she is comforted by her husband because she didn't burn the beer. To further berate those incompetent ladies, advertisers suggested that women can be spanked for picking out the wrong kind of coffee. As prompted in the picture, Chase and Sanborn ad on Lispers. So yeah, trust me. I mean, don't spank your wife because she bought you the wrong coffee. I mean, that's just wrong. I mean, yeah, you just need to enjoy the coffee. Put some sugar in there. Coffee creamer, anything like that. I mean, there are different types of coffee, but I'm pretty sure the man actually likes coffee a little bit more bitter. Or, yeah, that gets about more caffeine, but some would like it less bitter. So that's why some women or some couples back then spanked the lady because they bought the wrong coffee. So that's why. Alright guys, that's pretty much about it. If you have any other vintage ads that will destroy your self-esteem, just let me know in the comments down below. Alright guys, that's pretty much about it. Don't forget to subscribe to Lone Top 10s, like this video, and share this video if you learned something new. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.